You want to see what $20 million looks like? Do you know what it takes to operate a hotel? Do you know what makes a hotel profitable? Do you even know if an individual or hotels are only corporate owned? Well, today we will walk through my $20 million hotel in Fishers, Indiana, a Staybridge Inn, and I will share with you and answer all these questions. Let's go. Hey, so look, right now we're going to talk to our AGM, Erica. And by the way, this is Erica Double Trouble. She's at the front desk. Then we got Dave here. He handles all the maintenance. We're going to talk and find out what makes this hotel profitable and how to operate this thing. So come on, let's go back here and talk to her. So what makes a hotel profitable?
What makes the hotel profitable is to keep the money in, not out, cut all the expense.
That's simple. No, I love that. Like, what are some of the expenses we can cut back to keep it profitable?
Labor.
Where do you think our biggest expense
is? Housekeeping and overtime at the front desk.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is it housekeeping?
Because first of all, if the people call off, we get overtime, pay overtime.
You allow overtime?
Here, no. They manage it. We have two supervisors. If somebody calls off, they call. They don't.
Can we fire them if they call off?
No, you can't fire them. I mean, depends on hotels. If some hotels, if you call off 3 times, you're out the door. Depends on your policy.
Well, what about these vendors? Like, there's a lot of vendors with a hotel. Like, vendors, they supply us with food. They supply us with, what else they got? We got vendors for chemicals, soap, shampoo, electric. Like, how do you control all that? Like, is there a way to control it and keep the cost down?
Yes. If the rooms are empty, say we don't have to run the AC all the time. We try to control that. The lighting in the hotel, if we're not busy, shut off the lights in some of the rooms. If the rooms are empty, why should we?
Is that manageable? Because not because I'm old, but like, you know, when you go to the hotels, the room be like on frost mode.
Yes.
Why do they do that?
Well, if it depends on the AC, if it's working or not. If you put the AC on 68, it's fine.
So we got housekeeping, we got front desk. Well, how do we control the front desk?
If the people call off, the manager will work it. So you're saving money instead of calling somebody else to work overtime.
We had kind of a problem because we're like out in the suburbs. Is it still challenging to get lower labor, right, to come out here and work? What's one of the problems that makes it so difficult? In
the beginning, yes. I mean, before a couple of years ago, we had an issue, but right now, no, I don't think so.
What was the problem? Was it transportation?
Yes.
But no buses come out here? Really? So how they get here?
Either Lyft, Uber.
Really?
Yes.
How they making money?
We have a lady at the front desk who takes Uber every day. She doesn't have a car. Or her mom brings her, or she takes Uber.
Oh. All right, so now I got my DOS, Nicole, who's really like a boss. She's been like a GM, AGM. What else she done?
HR.
Okay. I don't know. So she really gets it. So we talked about some of the expenses of hotels. Now it's, how do we make the money? Where does the money come from?
Selling rooms.
Makes it easy.
Making sure that you're selling the rooms or what you have at a good price.
Yep.
Matches your comp, your competitive area.
So the comp is other hotels in the area?
Yeah, you want to compare yourself to hotels that are very similar to yours. As an example, you wouldn't want this hotel going up against like some 5-star hotel, right?
I guess, let's see, with the hotel, we got the brand that brings in revenue, right? Like that's the loyalty program. Then your job right now is to bring in more revenue. How do you do that?
The person who necessarily makes the decisions for these companies, a lot of them are not local. So because of that, it's to cut down on drive time and also cut down on expenses. I do a lot of, I call it coffee with Cole. I do Teams meetings and stuff with them where we just literally just drink coffee and I talk about, they're obviously using hotels in the area. But
so you out selling?
Yeah, for those, I would just set up their meetings. It's a lot of times with companies that are already working with other hotels in the area, just kind of introducing myself, our product, kind of getting a good idea and grasp to the hotels that they currently are working with, if they have any pain points, if they love the hotel that they're at.
What is OTAs? Define that. What does that mean? mean?
So think of like these reservations that come through as OTA bookings. People will make reservations online. They'll do it through like a third-party system, through like Priceline or Expedia or something like that. Problem with doing that is those people don't necessarily get what they want. It's great for your single person. It doesn't really matter what room type you have or what you need. They're great for that, and they're good for last-minute bookings. They're not good for if you have to for sure be in an area. If you for sure have to be there and you go into town and then you don't have a room, you're not going to be able to get a room. Each hotel allots a certain percentage to these OTA bookings. You don't give them your entire hotel. They only get a certain percentage.
Why not just keep your reservations through your regular reservations?
That's a great question. One of my biggest pain points. One thing with IHG specifically is they don't tend to put tons of money into the marketing side, but it saves money on the expense side.
What you talking about, Liz?
Right? Exactly. Everybody knows Hilton. Everybody knows Marriott.
Right.
If you say IHG, not as many people understand what that means.
For IHG, they know the brand, but they don't know the brand.
Yes. The more money that goes into the marketing side of it is what makes it to where you're going to get a higher percentage return on investment. Yes, when you have like a Marriott or Hilton property, those monthly bills that you get from those companies are more expensive, but there's a reason for that. They have a lot more marketing that's going out to all these places, whereas IHG really doesn't. Now, it works great for a lot of owners, but the best way to get the most money back is when you do those OTA bookings, the hotel gets a much smaller percentage as to if they just book online through our site. Things that we focused on here was making sure that we could give the biggest discounts for prepaid rooms for our guests that come in, and I've noticed that by us doing that, we've got more, because OTA, you can't change or cancel them. It works the same way. Yeah, it works the same way for if you have a prepaid reservation. Book it directly with the hotel, you're still prepaying, the hotel gets more money, you're paying the same price ultimately in the end. It's the best way to do it.
So overall, our revenue is coming from these rooms, and you go out and sell some, then we leverage OTA. Is there any other way to generate revenue for the hotel?
Oh yeah, there's tons. One thing that I like to do is even for groups that are coming in, let's say they want a bigger room type or something like that, I do a lot of like upgrades. If you do the upgrades, you can upcharge, but you do it on the hotel level versus doing it with the group contact, because if you do it on the hotel level, you don't have to pay the additional commissions and fees.
Wait a minute, hold on. Break that down. I like that. Is there an app that does that now, or you do it when they come in?
The reservations, I wait until the week prior, just because, like, hey, these rooms are available. So the week prior, I will send out an email to the contact person for that team and say, hey, if anybody is interested, I have this particular room type available. This is all the stuff it includes. If anybody from the team or the group would like to take advantage of this, it would be X amount more dollars. And it would be paid directly to the hotel. People take advantage of that just to get the extra room and the extra space. Okay, so look guys, now we're gonna take a little walk around the hotel, see what else we can get in and check on some maintenance and walk the ground. Come check on the hotel, those are the things you do. Awesome. Just taking a look around, this is our patio area. Now we're in the courtyard area and we're just checking out the landscape, making sure everything's right. Like when you come out, just want to check these things. I mean, you don't have to be spotless, but the grill's pretty clean. Making sure they got the garbage out. Make sure it's landscaped. They didn't know I was coming. These are great things to know that your staff is taking care of everything. But this landscape, yes, it makes money. This is what we call QA, quality assurance, quality control. People want to sit out here, makes them feel at home. These things add value and help generate revenue, because when people feel like they're at home, they're gonna stay longer. Let's go check on some of the maintenance we got here. This needs some work, this furniture. We're gonna have to do what we call FF&E. We don't necessarily need to do case goods. Like these case goods can be touched up, but definitely if we wanna charge the premium, we need to replace this furniture. And I mean, I don't know, I mean, you could spend 800, 1,000 a unit. So actually that's not bad, 150,000. And we might as well go ahead and put that investment in there. Probably looks clean, but these furniture, we're gonna have to replace that. A lot of times, people don't realize, like, I get this question all the time, can an individual own a hotel? Yes, I'm one of them. And I did a syndication where I raised money from private investors to use for the down payment, you know, for the equity. You're allowed to buy a hotel because it's a franchise. It's like McDonald's or Burger King
or any of these other franchises. So IHG has a brand of Staybridge, and I bought in the franchise to buy this hotel. Let's check out one of the rooms here. Now, one of the things when you're doing a brand is you got to make sure you have the brand standard. And brand standards like consistency. Every hotel you go to, you got to be the same. With Staybridge, they're extended stay, so one of the things is they got to have a kitchen. One reason I like these, anything would ever go wrong with this hotel, guess what? I'm gonna rent this as an apartment. You got cabinets, you got dishwasher, you got a cooktop, you got a nice ass fridge. This is more of a studio apartment. And we got a bathroom over here as well. When you're buying a brand, you're doing it for consistency and you're doing it for their loyalty brand. And so they have a system that you don't have to worry about trying to recreate, finding out what a client wants. They already know it and they got a revenue. Now, but when you have brand standards, everything must be up to par. My hotel right now, I know we're gonna have to do new FF&E. Some of the furniture is a little older, so we're gonna have to update some of the furniture because it's a little worn. Those are some of the parts of when you have a brand. Now, as far as apartment standards, this place is great. As far as brand standards of the hotel, it needs a little more work, okay? You wanna see what $300,000 in roofing looks like? Well, look, imagine a half a football field and you lay out shingles all the way down on the turf. Well, this is what it looks like. A storm came in and blew off the shingles and the siding on my property. This is what the siding looked like before, now after. Now here's the kicker. By installing this $300,000 roof, I created value, but not property appreciation, but actually bonus depreciation, which actually cuts down on the potential taxes I have to pay. I love this game. I love storms. Look, if you want to learn more, just like and subscribe, and I'll tell you all about it.